Introducing There's a Mouse in My House by Ross Collins. It's a very good book. There's a mouse comes to visit a bear and it's very funny. The mouse takes all his food. The bear is not happy and also takes all the food, leaves him one pistachio. My favourite part is when it makes the bathtub overflow, makes the bear all wet, and then below leaves a message. Bye!
Hello! Welcome to the Big Dog Festival. My name is Ross Collins and I am an author and an illustrator, which means that I write books and I also draw the pictures in books. I think I'm a wee bit more of an illustrator than an author, or an author, I suppose, because so far I have written 16 books, I think, for kids, but I've illustrated quite a lot more. I've illustrated 130 books. So yes, lazy author, but busy illustrator. That's me. You might know me from some of these books. Robot Rumpus. I love chucking books on the floor. This Zoo Is Not For You. Slam. I Am a Tiger. Is that a tiger? Definitely a tiger. It's definitely not a mouse. What does an anteater eat? What does an anteater eat? It's not ants. This one you might recognize. This is a dog. This is a dog won this year's Book Bug Picture Book Prize. So if you were in P1, you would have had this in your book bag this year, or last year I suppose, but it won this year. If you voted for this, for the Book Bug Prize, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. But I don't want to talk to you about any of those books today. No, I want to talk to you about my new book, which is the sequel, yes, a sequel to this book. Do any of you recognize this one? This is called There's a Bear on My Chair. And for anybody that doesn't know this book, what's wrong with you? Come on, get out to the shops. Get There's a Bear in My Chair. It's a classic. But if you don't know Bear in My Chair, I should really tell you a little bit about it before I tell you about the sequel. Now, Bear in My Chair is about a little mouse who goes out one day. He just nips out, I think just to get some shopping or something, and when he comes back, he discovers this guy on his chair. And this guy will not move from his chair. No matter what the mouse does, the bear will not get off the chair. And the mouse goes slowly nuts throughout the book, trying everything he can do to get rid of that bear. Nothing works. So at the end of the book, if you don't want spoilers, then cover your ears now. At the end of the book, the mouse just leaves because he's had enough. And when the bear goes home, back to his house, he discovers, oh no, what does he discover? I'll show you. He discovers, hey, there's a mouse in my house. And the mouse is finally happy. The bear's got the problem now. So usually, when I do books, quite a lot of the time people will ask me, when are you going to do another one of those, Ross? And a lot of the time, books are just one idea, really, one idea. And I don't really think they need a sequel, but a lot of people asked me if I would do a sequel to Bear. And initially, I kind of thought about it a little bit, and I thought, well, the thing is that Bear in My Chair works because of the rhyme. Because bear is a great rhyme. It rhymes with so many things. Bear, chair, pear, scare, dare, flare, underwear. Underwear's a good one. But mouse, there's a mouse in my house. Mouse doesn't really rhyme with much. It rhymes with grouse, spouse, nouse, louse. That's pretty much it. It's not a good rhyming word. I can't get an entire book out of that. And because I thought it really needed that, I thought, because the other thing was that people didn't ask me, when are you going to do a sequel to Bear in My Chair? They said, when are you going to do There's a Mouse in My House? They knew what it was going to be called even before I'd written it. So I thought, well, this just isn't going to work. And I don't really like it when sequels come out instantaneously after a first book, because I often think that it means that the authors and illustrators haven't really thought too hard about it, and it's not going to be as good as the first one. So I just thought, no, I'll leave it. But over the years, 5 years, people kept on asking me, and they kept on saying, when are we going to have There's a Mouse in My House? And so eventually I gave in. It was after I was actually on Guernsey at a book festival, and there was this little red-headed girl, and she wouldn't take no for an answer. And she was just grabbing my jacket and going, when are we going to have Mouse in My House? When are we going to have Mouse in My House? And I thought, oh, I'm going to have to do this. I'm going to have to do a sequel. So I went away and I thought, right, well, I can't rhyme mouse. It's a rotten rhyme. So I'm just going to have to give up on that. I'll come up with a different rhyme. I'll still call it Mouse in My House, but I'll just do it with a different rhyme. And as soon as I thought of that, I thought, yeah, okay, I'm free. I can do this. I can write a sequel. And so I wrote a sequel. There's a Mouse in My House. So what we're going to do today is I'm going to read you the book, and then after I've finished reading the book, we're going to do a bit of drawing. Are you up for that? Okay, we're going to do some drawing. So you are going to need, not much, whatever you've got around, pencil, bit of paper. That's all you need. You don't need paints or brushes, spray paint, glue, glitter, put all that stuff away. You don't need that. Pencil, all you need, okay? So go and grab one of those, and then we'll do some drawing at the end, okay? So shall I read you Mouse in My House? Now, do you know the annoying thing? The annoying thing is that publishers do not like you reading the whole book online, because they have this stupid idea that if you read an entire book online, then people are going to go, oh yeah, I've seen that now, I don't need to buy it, and so you'll never sell any books. And it can be true. I guess some people probably wouldn't buy the book, but some people will. So, but anyway, publishers don't want me reading the whole book. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to read you nearly all of Mouse in My House, and then I'm going to leave you on a cliffhanger. Okay? Right. So this is There's a Mouse in My House by me, Ross Collins. Now, right at the start, we see the mouse is packing up, oh no, he's unpacking his stuff. I wonder what's in that big box. Let's find out. It is, of course, something that all mice have. A gigantic painting of a piece of cheese. Mice love cheese. Can't get enough of it. And he is moving into the bear's house. Does the bear look particularly happy about this? He does not. So right at the start, the bear is talking in this book this time. The bear says, there's a mouse in my house. The mouse looks pretty happy though, doesn't he? Yeah. He's very happy this time. In the first book, the mouse was miserable and angry all the time. Things are going to change in this one. Now the bear says, how he got in, I'd like to know. He's unpacked all his stuff just so. That rodent can't live here. Oh no, I'll tell him that he has to go. So look, the bear is thoroughly bummed out because the mouse has put up all his artwork. Do you like the mouse's artwork? That one is an Andy Warhol mouse, and that one is a Vincent van Gogh piece of cheese. Ask your parents who those artists are. So the bear has an idea. It's pretty simple. This is just a mouse we're dealing with. You can handle this. Would you believe it? He said no. I'll chuck him out with one quick throw. But now that he's learned Taekwondo, my body aches from head to toe. Whoa, look at that. That's a strong mouse. You can chuck the bear out. So the bear's not going to be able to chuck this mouse out. He's going to have to think of other ways to get rid of him. There's lots of places he could go, from Luxembourg or Mexico to Timbuktu or Borneo, but he just doesn't want to know. So look, the bear is showing the mouse the world. Look at all these postcards of amazing places. I've packed your suitcase. Here's a sun hat. Here's some plane tickets. Off you go. Explore. Is the mouse interested? No. The mouse is quite happy where he is, thank you very much. And he's reading a book, and the book is called Home Sweet Home. That mouse ain't going nowhere. And the bear says, our taste is not the same, although he wears nice boots and fine chapeau. His cape is swell, but even so, why won't this mouse say cheerio? So there we go. Look at the mouse's outfit. Magnificent! Have you ever seen such a beautiful cape, boots and hat combo? Fabulous. He's being all illuminated by the spotlight. He's having his cape blown in the breeze by that big fan. He's looking good. See those boots that the mouse is wearing? They are big banana boots. Ask your mum and dad. There used to be, well, there still is, a fantastic comedian called Billy Connolly. And when Billy Connolly was around when I was a kid, he would come on stage wearing a black leotard and gigantic big banana boots. They looked magnificent. They were really, really funny. You can still see them in the People's Palace in Glasgow. You can come and see Billy's big banana boots. And when I was drawing boots for the mouse, I thought, those are just the boots to have. Big banana boots. He may be small, but even though he eats just like a buffalo. Just where he puts it, I don't know. He's left me one pistachio. Look at all this food that the mouse is consuming. Who could have thought that he could have eaten so much? And look what he's left. The bear. One measly pistachio. That ain't enough. Where does he put it all? It's just a tiny wee mouse. It gets worse. At night he dances to and fro to soft rock on his stereo. He likes to put on quite a show. When will I sleep? I do not know. Oh, that bear can't get to sleep because of this. He's rocking out. You ever seen a mouse rocking out to soft rock? Can you imagine that, thumping away night after night? What's a nightmare? Ugh. I can't sleep. He's made my bathtub overflow. It flooded the room down below. So now I'm soaked from head to toe. That's it. I'm done. He has to go. So look, turning the book around. And there's the mouse having a nice bath, nice relaxing bath. Relaxing for the mouse, not so relaxing as it floods the room down below. Look at that poor bear. The bear's just been left a note that says, if anyone calls, I'm in the bath. Yeah, I think we know that. The bear's had enough. So I think the bear's about to do something rash. But before he can, what's this? A knock at the front door. Knock, knock. Who's there? Who's at the door? What? Who is this? I'd like to know. Some folk are outside in the snow. But who'd come here to say hello? Hang on. Don't open that. Oh no! The mouse is heading for the front door, and the bear has a very bad feeling about who's outside. And we discover that it is a cliffhanger. Ah! How annoying is that? Blame the publishers. I'm not allowed to read the whole book. So, if you want to know who is outside in the snow, then you're going to have to buy yourself a copy of There's a Mouse in My House. The good news is that the Big Dog Festival bookshop, which you can access online, is now open. And they have signed copies of Mouse in My House. So, if you want to find out, get yourself down to the bookshop, get yourself a copy. Okay? Now, did you get a pencil and a piece of paper? Yeah? Okay. Do you want to do a little bit of drawing? Okay. I think we should draw the mouse. Yeah? I will teach you how to draw the mouse. So, the mouse is he's kind of a slightly small, chubby fellow. There's a lot of round going on in the mouse, a little round head, a little round body. Okay, so shall we start with his head? So, head is basically just a circle, like that. So if you just draw a circle up towards the top of your page, that's the basic shape for the mouse's head. Okay, easy peasy. But he needs a little mousy nose bit. Mousy nose bit? David Attenborough's not worried, is he? So that would be just another little circle just to the side here, like that. And there we go. And there we'll put his nose on there. Okay? So his nose is a little, it's like an little nose. And then let's draw big smile. Because he's dead cheery in this book. And then we'll put some eyes in. Little dots for eyes. One eye there. One eye there. There we go. Now, doesn't really look quite like a mouse yet because we need some ears. Mice have big ears, so let's draw a nice big ear here. And we'll put one behind as well. A bit of shading there to show that it's behind this one. And let's stick a couple of hairs on top of his head. And a wee eyebrow. Like that. Starting to look more like a mouse now, isn't it? Whiskers. We need some whiskers. Beep, 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 beep. Now he's looking like a mouse. How are you getting on? Okay? Right. Body. Let's deal with his arms, shall we? So this mouse, he's adopting a kind of a slightly heroic pose because he's quite full of himself in this book. So another kind of circle here. And then he's got kind of spindly wee hands. Mice do not have big hands. And then I'm going to draw his jumper under here. And I'm going to put his other arm kind of pointing out the way, like that. And his other hand on there. He's kind of going, ta-da! Check me out. There we go. And then you can't really see a great deal of him underneath that jumper, just a little bit of his tummy. Leave it there. And then I'm going to do a little leg here. Little spindly feet he's got. Like that. And I'm going to put the other leg kind of coming out here. It's quite a good stance. And his other toes like that. A bit of shading under here. Maybe you'd like to put a little bit of shading underneath his feet as well. That helps to make it look like somebody's standing, not floating around. Tail. Mouse needs a tail, doesn't he? There you go, let's put that tail on the back there. There we go. Now that jumper looks a wee bit bare, doesn't it? I got a red pencil as well, because I'm an illustrator and I can afford red pencils. I'm going to colour in his jumper. The jumper was originally in Bear My Chair, and I gave him a jumper basically because when I decided that the bear was going to be a polar bear, I thought, this is a cold place to live. This mouse is going to need a jumper. So I gave him a jumper. And because it was a cold place, although I didn't really decide exactly where it was, I thought, well, the jumper should have a pattern on it. The kind of pattern that you might see in a cold country, like Iceland, Norway. So I looked up to see what their jumpers look like, and they've got really great patterns on them. So he's got kind of a red pattern jumper on there, jaggy, big triangles. And I decided to make it red for two reasons. One, so that he would stand out better. Red really catches your eye. And two, because the mouse is really angry in the first book. He's happy in the second book, but he's really angry in the first book. And red is one of those colours that I think sometimes makes you think of anger. There you go. Let's give him a little bit of red in that nose. A wee bit of red in his cheek. There we go. You don't have to do that pattern though, you can do any pattern you like. And if you've not finished, you may not be finished yet, then you've got plenty of time even, to finish afterwards. So, I think that's all the time we have today. Have you had fun? I hope so. So, there's plenty more videos at the Big Dog Festival this year for you to watch and enjoy. I hope you've had fun today. And maybe next year we can do this live in a tent somewhere. Wouldn't that be cool? Yeah, can't wait to get back to proper big festivals. But in the meantime, this is brilliant that we can do this, isn't it? It's really good. So yeah, so thanks for tuning in. I hope you've enjoyed yourself. And I'll see you guys again soon. Bye-bye.